Nelson Mandela, a name synonymous with courage, resilience, and the fight for justice, remains one of the most iconic figures in the history of the 20th century. His remarkable journey from a humble village in South Africa to becoming the father of a nation and a global symbol of anti-apartheid struggle is a testament to the indomitable human spirit. This biography delves into the life of Nelson Mandela, from his early years to his enduring legacy, shedding light on the man who changed the course of history. Early life and education. Nelson Mandela was born on July 18, 1918, in the small village of Mvezo in South Africa's Eastern Cape Province. The name Ralilala means pulling the branch of a tree and is part of the Xhosa tradition. Mandela's tribal roots and traditional upbringing played a significant role in shaping his character and values. His father, Gadla Henry Mfakanyiswa, was a respected local chief and counselor to the Themba royal family, instilling in young Mandela a strong sense of justice and leadership from an early age. Mandela's education began at the local mission school, and it soon became evident that he was a bright and determined student. In 1937, he moved to Healdtown, a prestigious Wesleyan secondary school, and later attended the University College of Fort Hare, the only Western-style university open to black South Africans at the time. It was here that he first encountered the African National Congress, ANC, a political organization that would become his lifelong commitment. A turning point, the ANC and resistance. After leaving Fort Hare, Mandela moved to Johannesburg in 1941, where he worked various jobs and studied law at the University of Witwatersrand. The city was his first real exposure to the harsh realities of apartheid, a brutal system of racial segregation and discrimination enforced by the government. The injustices he witnessed fueled his commitment to fighting for equality. In 1943, Mandela joined the ANC, an organization focused on ending apartheid and achieving equal rights for all South Africans. The ANC had been formed in 1912 but had been relatively inactive for several years. Mandela, along with other young activists, played a pivotal role in rejuvenating the organization and making it a force to be reckoned with. Apartheid and resistance. The apartheid system, which was enforced by the National Party government from 1948 until 1994, legalized racial discrimination, segregation, and disenfranchisement. Non-white South Africans were subjected to harsh laws that restricted their movement, education, and job opportunities. This led to widespread protests and resistance movements. Mandela's involvement in the ANC and its affiliated organizations, like the Youth League, escalated during the late 1940s and early 1950s. In 1952, he became the National Volunteer-in-Chief for the Defiance Campaign, a massive nonviolent protest against apartheid laws. The campaign was a milestone in the struggle for civil rights in South Africa and propelled Mandela into a leadership role. The Sharpeville Massacre in 1960, where police killed 69 unarmed protesters, marked a turning point. The ANC and its leaders, including Mandela, began to consider more radical actions. They formed an underground military wing known as Umkhonto we Sizwe, MK, led by Mandela. Its activities included sabotage against government installations and symbols of apartheid. In 1961, Mandela went underground and, with the help of various allies, traveled secretly across the continent to garner support for the ANC struggle. Arrest, trial, and imprisonment. In 1962, Mandela was arrested and charged with incitement to strike and leaving the country without a permit. His trial resulted in a 5-year sentence, and he was imprisoned on Robben Island, a notorious penal colony off the coast of Cape Town. His time on Robben Island was marked by hard labor, harsh living conditions, and limited contact with the outside world. Despite the hardships, Mandela and his fellow prisoners engaged in political discussions and organized educational programs. In 1963, Mandela faced a second trial along with other ANC leaders. This time, he was charged with sabotage and attempting to overthrow the government. The trial attracted international attention, and Mandela delivered a powerful speech from the dock, where he declared his willingness to die for the cause of justice and equality. On June 12, 1964, Mandela and 7 of his co-accused were sentenced to life in prison, avoiding the death penalty. He spent the next 27 years behind bars, making Robben Island his most famous place of confinement. Mandela's imprisonment became a symbol of the struggle against apartheid and inspired countless people around the world to join the fight for justice. Global awareness and pressure. During his incarceration, Mandela's image as a symbol of resistance grew internationally. He became a worldwide icon of the anti-apartheid struggle, and his imprisonment led to a global campaign for his release. Artists, activists, and politicians worldwide called for an end to apartheid and Mandela's release. The Free Nelson Mandela movement galvanized support and kept the spotlight on South Africa's injustices. Release and negotiations. Mandela's release from prison on February 11, 1990, marked a historic moment in South Africa's history. The world watched as Mandela walked out of Victor Verster prison, holding his then-wife Winnie Mandela's hand. His release signaled a turning point in the country's history, setting the stage for negotiations to dismantle apartheid and establish a democratic, multiracial South Africa. The negotiations and transition. After his release, Mandela wasted no time in initiating negotiations with South Africa's President F.W. de Klerk to bring an end to apartheid. These discussions culminated in the end of apartheid and the nation's first democratic elections in 1994. In those historic elections, Nelson Mandela ran as the African National Congress's presidential candidate. He won by an overwhelming majority, becoming South Africa's first black president. His election was celebrated as a triumph of reconciliation and justice. Presidential legacy. Mandela's presidency from 1994 to 1999 was marked by efforts to heal the divisions caused by apartheid. He aimed to create a rainbow nation where all South Africans, regardless of race or ethnicity, could live in harmony and equality. Mandela's leadership helped avert a potentially catastrophic racial conflict and laid the groundwork for reconciliation and nation-building. He established the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, which allowed victims and perpetrators of human rights abuses during apartheid to tell their stories and seek forgiveness. This unique approach to justice helped South Africa confront its painful past and move towards a more inclusive and peaceful future. Mandela's presidency also saw significant progress in improving the lives of South Africans through policies that aimed to address economic disparities, expand access to health care and education, and promote human rights. Despite numerous challenges and criticisms, Mandela remained committed to his vision of a united and democratic South Africa. Retirement and global activism. After stepping down from the presidency in 1999, Mandela retired from active politics but continued to be an advocate for peace, justice, and human rights. He dedicated himself to various global causes, including children's rights, HIV/AIDS awareness, and conflict resolution. His efforts earned him numerous international awards and accolades, including the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. Death and legacy. Nelson Mandela passed away on December 5, 2013, at the age of 95, leaving behind an indelible legacy of courage and perseverance. His life story is a testament to the power of forgiveness, reconciliation, and the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. Mandela's impact extended far beyond the borders of South Africa. He became a global symbol of resistance to injustice, a beacon of hope for the oppressed, and an inspiration to leaders and activists worldwide. His values of justice, equality, and humanity continue to resonate with people, making him a timeless figure in the fight for a better world. Nelson Mandela's journey from a small village in South Africa to the presidency of a nation is a remarkable tale of resilience, determination, and the pursuit of justice. His lifelong dedication to the fight against apartheid, his unwavering commitment to reconciliation, and his ability to inspire hope and unity make him a figure whose legacy transcends borders and time. Mandela's life remains an enduring testament to the belief that one person can change the world, and that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, the human spirit can triumph over adversity. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to join our community. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share this content with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay awesome.